Renovating Retirement with Charlie Jewett. Oh no, I think I'm about to have another episode.
Don't be stupid on purpose. It's not really worth it. Don't be stupid on purpose. It just makes you a doofus. World's worst retirement song ever. This episode is brought to you by National Industry Confronting Whistleblower with Bad Pitch, Charlie Jewett. Wow, folks, I had way too much to drink today. Coffee, that is. Yes, it's true. I'm hyped up on coffee because I've been recording radio shows with my buddy Steve because we do radio shows in the beautiful Hawaiian Islands. This is episode 89, Stupid on Purpose. And in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about what I mean by stupid on purpose, which I just think is a cool phrase. Awesome sauce! I like the phrase. I'm going to call both sides to repent like I do in my book, Renovating Retirement. You can get my book on my website, jewettwealth.com, Jewett. Don't know why you all want to put an I in there. Jewett, wealth.com. Go to the right-hand side under More, look for books I recommend, and you can buy Renovating Retirement. It's cheap, it's awesome, it'll change your life. Caffeine is so good. Anyway, it'll change your life. So, coming on back, we're going to do the same thing, which is confront both sides. I'm going to confront the advisors, and I'm also going to call you consumers, retirees, investors to repent and not be stupid on purpose. Remember, I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I don't think there's any value in that. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. This is not a massage. I'm telling you what you need to hear. I'm giving you the truth, and it will set you free. It will help you, okay? Deep breaths. Home. Okay, I think I'm ready. Advisors or so-called advisors. Come on, big boy. How do you know if you as an advisor are being stupid on purpose, or if your advisor is being stupid on purpose and you need to leave them? Well, they work as a captive insurance agent. What does that mean? Insurance agents have two options. They can work for a captive agency like some of the big name ones that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get tied up in a court battle. Nope. Even caffeine won't help me there. I don't have endless pockets like they do. I don't want to give somebody a bad rating and have them take me to court. But if you have the name of an insurance agency or a big giant insurance company that you see on TV on your business card or your advisor does, they probably are a captive agent. What does captive agent mean? Captive agent in a nutshell, anybody can challenge me in a public place on this if you'd like to. Captive agent in a nutshell means they do not work for you. They cannot do what's best for you and must steer you into their own products on purpose for a living. They make a living keeping you from doing what's best for you. There's no other products involved. They just put everybody they meet into whatever they're supposed to sell. Now, sometimes they create what looks like the ability to do what's best for you by having 2 or 3 other companies they partner with or having their annuities under some different name, a company that they own. But the basic captive insurance agent is going to offer their own stuff or maybe just 2 or 3 different companies. I've taught this in the other podcasts. You can't possibly have the best retirement plan working with someone who's going to limit you on what you're allowed to have offered to you. It's not possible. Kind of in the same vein, the second one is your advisor works for one of the large joker broker firms. They work for Edward Morgan Lynch, right? Selling retail mutual funds with a revenue sharing agreement that says, you know what? We're not going to do what's best for you. We're just going to go ahead and put you in the mutual funds that give us, the biggest paycheck in our own pockets. And those are the guys that we let come in and feed us donuts and spring rolls and stuff. And we just give them all the business because they're our good old buddies. And then we just take all your money and give it to them. And they give us most of it and you get screwed. Folks, buying mutual funds is not the answer for retirees who need a real retirement plan. If you have an in-case account and you have income coming in like clockwork that can pay all your bills, whether it's from annuities, rent, pensions, Social Security, doesn't matter. If you have income for life and a whole bunch of money left over and you want to put it all into mutual funds because you think mutual funds might be the best growth tool on the planet, I don't think they are. But if you do, that's cool. Having your entire retirement account or income based on hoping mutual funds will perform as the baby boomers take money out of the market the way they did when they put money in the market, that is being stupid on purpose. Someone offering that to you is being very stupid on purpose. Basically, all of these, they're advisors being stupid on purpose because they have to hurt you in order to make themselves money. They're purposefully blinding themselves or hiding things from you. They're being bad at their jobs because it makes them money. What's the third one? Okay, your advisor works as an independent. They're not working for one of these name brand firms that can offer all the different ones. Maybe they're an insurance broker. Maybe they're a registered investment advisor, whatever it is. But they put everybody in the same products. I told you there's a big, giant family-owned company in the Hawaiian Islands. Every single plan I've reviewed in the last 9 years, everybody is in one insurance company, and it's the insurance company, whether it's annuities or life insurance, doesn't matter. This firm recommends one company that pays the highest commissions. Easy on the paperwork, always the same paperwork every day. Gosh, I wish I could do that, but I'd have to rip people off to do it, so I'm never going to do that. Use different companies every day, whatever's best for everybody. This company puts everybody in the same company, no matter what, and gets the highest commission. Oh my gosh, I wish I made twice the commissions for 1/10 of the work, but I cannot sleep at night ripping people off. If you work for a company that recommends one product or one insurance company, they're being stupid on purpose. They don't offer annuities to anyone. This is pretty easy, folks. There's two types of people in the world. When you go to retire, you either need income from your nest egg, that's called an A planning family, or you don't need income from your nest egg, and that's called a B planning family. Doesn't matter how much money somebody has, you can't deny that there's both types of people in the world. You can't give the same financial plan to someone who needs an income and someone who doesn't need an income. It doesn't take a genius, folks. If someone, a firm, a so-called advisor, a snake oil salesman, doesn't offer annuities to anyone, no matter how much they have a need for income, you know for a fact they're getting paid a whole lot of money to be stupid on purpose, and you need to run as fast as you possibly can, even if you're married to that person. No possible way you can have the best financial plan if somebody takes one of the tools and says, I'm just not going to use that. Can you imagine if somebody was building a house and they're like, I don't like drills. I think drills are stupid. I'd rather sit here with a flathead screwdriver and turn it back and forth until my hand's bleeding than use a drill because I don't like drills. Run away, folks. Run, run, run. Next reason. Your advisor thinks that the last 40 to 50 years of stock market performance means anything about what the next 40 to 50 years will be like. You've got to be classically stupid on purpose to say, you know what I think? I think when the biggest group of people called the baby boomers were buying stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and supply and demand drove the price up, I think when that giant group of people turns around, stops buying them, and starts selling them off, that the price is still going to rise like wildfire. Woohoo! You've got to be completely blind. If you think when the weather conditions completely change, you go from no wind to 40-mile-an-hour winds, that you can hit the golf ball the same, hit the baseball the same, throw the frisbee the same, fly the plane the same. I don't care what you're saying. If there's wind, things have to happen differently in sports and aviation and things like that. If everything changes in demographics, like the largest group of people alive stop buying and start selling anything, there's gonna be a change in supply and demand. Hello! Ding, 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 ding! Don't you think that's just basic? If your advisor is still like, well, you know, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds over the last however many years, they go up at like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10%. You know, it's just historically in the market, barf, barf, and just these are the historical. Look back here. Look what the S&P. Stupid on purpose. Stupid on purpose. They're ripping you off to put money in their pocket. Nobody has to be that stupid. I go to trainings all the time where we talk about, you know, everything's changing. The biggest challenge the retirees face today is the changing demographics. Well, it's going to happen when this giant group of people sells their 4,000 square foot homes, their 5,000 square foot homes, to a smaller group of younger people that are going to buy those homes. Well, there's less of these people. There's less young people than there is people selling them. I don't know. Maybe they can't get the price they want. There's more supply than there is demand for people to buy those big giant homes because there's not enough people. I don't know what happens when they do that with stocks. I don't know, people. You can't just look at real estate and stocks and go, I think they're going to appreciate forever the way they did during one of the most unique times in history. If your advisor's telling you that, they're being stupid on purpose to make money on you. What else? Your advisor doesn't hold the people above them accountable or look for better ways to do things. This is pretty tough for you to check on, but you can show me the plans you've been given or your current financial plan, and I can tell you if they're doing it. Hey, man, if you need help, get in touch. Charlie@jewetwealth.com, CHARLIE at Jewett, JEWETT, wealth.com, or you can go to meetwithcharlie.com, renovatingretirement.com. You can find me there. You can go to Renovating Retirement on Facebook and get me there. You can call our office, 888-285-2268, whatever you want. You can put Charlie Jewett in Google. You'll find the first 3 pages or something is me. You can find me. Find me, darn it! If you want help, I will help you. This is the way it works in this industry. We have people between us and the insurance companies or between us and the investment firms who are offering training and overseeing our business and supporting us. But people, they get paid the same way we do. The larger the commission, the larger the fee, the more they get, the lower, the less they get. What does that mean? That means as a group, they're not motivated to show and teach all the people they work with the strategies that pay low commissions, even if they're better for you. It's just human nature. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or whatever. Obviously, you know how I feel about it. I think you should do what's best for the client no matter what, no matter how much you get paid, or else you're ripping people off. But on a corporate level, they're basically passing down the strategies that pay nicely. I have to hold them accountable. I have to go back behind case design and say, can I beat it? Can I find something better than what they've done? Can I look for better ways to do this? Can we make it better for the client if we chop it up into 8 different annuities instead of 1? Can we make the insurance work better by taking out some of the base coverage and turning it into term riders, cutting the expenses down to, half? That's the advisor's job. Your advisor better be doing that. And maybe this one shouldn't be called stupid on purpose. Maybe this one should just be called stupid by accident. But you still need an advisor that's doing what's best for you, whether they know how to do it, whether it's ignorance or immorality, does not matter. You need the best. What if they don't listen to my show because I make them mad, and they don't like my personality or my style because they don't like when people sing off pitch and use voices? Oh, poor joker broker. Poor captive agent. Poor independent agent who doesn't like me. People, you eat the meat and you spit out the bones. You do not need to like my show. You don't need to like me. You don't need to like your attorney. You don't need to like your brain surgeon. I realize podcasts are somewhat kind of a form of entertainment, particularly podcasts, the comedic ones. Yeah, it's a form of entertainment. That's great. Find comedians that you like. This is an educational podcast. It's a truth delivery system. This is intravenous truth through your ears, into your mind, into your heart, so that you can go get the help and get the data that you need to see so clearly that you make wise decisions. None of you should be making decisions based on the podcast without someone's help, just off on your own like Rambo. You should be getting the help you need and holding these people accountable. If someone turns off this show because they're mad that I'm telling the truth, or they turn off the show because they're mad that I'm teaching you guys how to force them to have less commissions and give you a better plan, oh, classic stupidity on purpose. Bad advisor. You should be spanked. Last one in this category. Your advisor makes a sale and then abandons you. Abandons you and never talks to you ever again. You know this has happened to you. You know this happens to you. You know the people that really keep in touch? It's the joker brokers who get paid every month whether they work or not. Oh my goodness, they've got the most amazing systems put in place. I know one big firm with $896 billion of the Americans' retirees' money. I guess it's not all retirees, just Americans' money. $896 billion. I've talked to ex-advisors who've seen the light and left the firm because they're ripping people off. They have a 42-point system. 42 times a year you get touched because all it's about is to keep you in a trance, make you feel like it's about relationship and your advisor loves you and wants to bring you cookies and show up at funerals and stuff. It's not about the financial plan. It's about keeping you hypnotized, keeping you feeling good and feeling happy so that you do not check and hold them accountable with the 5 lives of retirement. But the people that sell some of the right products, where we only get paid once, we don't get paid every single month for keeping you hypnotized. If we get a commission up front, a lot of times that person's going to abandon you and not service that contract for the rest of their life. I still have people call me who I worked with in my first, second, and third year. We're still in touch. I still service the contracts. I'm never going to get paid again on them. But it's the right thing to do. It's the way the industry works right now. And frankly, if you understand the way annuities and insurance work, way back when, I could have made a decision to take a very small commission up front and get a trail, get paid forever. But most new advisors can't afford to do that. All right, so if your advisor is stupid on purpose, you fire that booger. Advisors, if you're stupid on purpose, you need to repent. Stop doing that. If you want a different line of work or you want my advice on where you can go do what's best, get in touch. Charlie at jewetwealth.com, CHARLIE at JEWETT wealth.com, or you can give me a call, 888-285-2268. Now, what if you're a consumer? What if you are a retiree? What if you're just an investor trying to save enough money for retirement? How do you know if you're being stupid on purpose? Now it's time for me to turn this around and kind of dish a little bit of truth out for you guys. Again, it doesn't need to feel good. It's not a massage. Truth does not need to feel good. The truth will set you free. It will protect you. It will help you. Windshields are very compassionate. Whether you're doing fine, staying in your lanes, or you're about to drive off a cliff, you just need to see. Let me help you see clearly if you're being stupid without realizing it. Number one, you don't listen to my show because I make you mad and you don't like my personality or style. I know it sounds arrogant, but you don't need to like the truth. You need to know the truth, and I'm giving it to you. You don't need to like having cancer, but you better know if you have cancer. If you've got friends that you think would hate my style, love them. Refer the show to them. Say, you're going to hate this guy. I think he's going to grind on your nerves. But with every half hour you put in where he grinds on your nerves, if you take notes or you call him and let him grind on your nerves personally, I think you're going to end up with the best retirement possible. And with any solid financial plan, unless you're addicted to the stock market, any solid financial plan, you might need to talk to your advisor 2, 3, 4 times a year. This is not a relationship. This is business, people. We don't need to like each other. You need what's best, period. And I'm going to help you get it if you want the help. Number 2, you blindly trust your advisor and don't hold them accountable using the 5 lives of retirement to test what they've told you to do. If the answer to what if you live a long life? What if you die quickly? What if you live a short life? What if you live a rough life and need to access your money? What if you live a sick life, need to go into long-term care? What about moving on into the next life? How much are you going to leave behind? If your advisor's answer to those questions is always the same, if it's, I don't know, it depends on market performance. I don't know, depends on market performance. I don't know, depends on market performance. If all they can say is, I don't know, let's look back at the historical returns and do a hypothetical barf plan, then that's not a financial plan. Hope is not a financial plan. Gambling is not a financial plan, people. If your advisor is not being held accountable by somebody, they're just running wild while charging you fees and earning commissions on your retirement plan. There's no shortcut, people. There's no shortcut to having the best financial plan. Trust is not a shortcut. You cannot say to your friends, who do you use as an advisor? Is he good? Do you trust him? It's not about trust. It's about truth. You have to be able to know that your financial plan is ready for if you live to 130 years old, you need income. If one of you dies, the other person has to have enough income. If you need access to money, you have to be able to get it without penalties. If you guys go through a terrible long-term care incident, the other person has to end up still having enough assets and income to live the life they want. And when you move into the next life, you have to be able to leave behind what you want, even if you don't care what you leave behind. That's part of the plan. You have to do this work, people. You have to listen to these shows. You have to read some books. You don't have to do it forever. You can if you want to. For those of you who do like my personality, great. Treat the show like entertainment. Listen to every episode for the rest of your lives, or fly out here and let's have some coffee. Hey, I've had enough coffee today to have one for you and for me. It's fine. There's just some work to do and then some decisions to make, and that's it. But there's no shortcut. You can't trust that somebody's doing what's best for you in this industry. Come on. This industry is a rat-infested, crack slab, moldy, tear-down, pathetic example of an industry where the overseers don't even care. The overseers will let people steer you into products that are ripping you off. The overseers will let us carry certifications. Go back and listen to Wolves and Sheep's credentials. We can carry credentials that make the consumer feel like we are held to some high standard, and then turn around and work for a company where we're totally ripping you off. It's just wrong. It needs to be renovated. It's a renovating retirement. Ha ha ha. That's where the name came from. Listen, you're also stupid on purpose if you take my advice and go back to the same advisor who got you in trouble in the first place and ask them what they think. What on earth is this? I have seen this for 12 years in my practice, and every advisor I know has the same thing. Somebody will come in and see us, will teach you things that your advisor was hiding from you, show you obvious ways to get more guarantees or less risk or lower fees, and you go back to the guy who screwed you in the first place and say, hey, what do you think of this? Because you want there to be a shortcut. You don't want to do the work. You want it to be about trust. You want an advisor. You don't want a windshield. You don't want to see clearly and just drive like every normal person on the planet. You want to wear a blindfold and have somebody sit in the passenger seat and scream out instructions. Why on earth would you ever pick that over seeing so clearly that every decision is easy? People, don't try to take the easy way out, because there isn't one. It's not compassionate to tell somebody it's easy to build your retirement plan or make your financial planning decisions. It can be made tolerable if we go one piece at a time. In case, income increase. You can't take these things back to your current liar or your current ignorant, undereducated advisor and say, hey, what do you think about these things, and then trust their answers. You have to check for yourself if this is true. If I tell you there's places to put money where you can have your money back whenever you want to, there's no penalties, they're totally liquid, and that I have clients who made over 11% last year on liquid cash, you need to go find out if that's true, not ask your advisor. That is seriously problematic. That's being stupid on purpose. You do not go back to someone else and ask them if things exist. You go check for yourself, find out if the tool exists no matter what your advisor thinks about it. It's not his retirement plan, it's yours. How else could you be being stupid on purpose? You need to take income from your nest egg, meaning you're an A-planning family. You're taking money out of your retirement accounts, but you're not using annuities. Ooh, oh, Charlie, why are you being so mean, booger? First, there's one exception to this. So people don't get your panties in a bunch. One exception. If you're totally loaded, or you just have really low expenses, I mean, if you can live off of like 2% of your nest egg, so you got $1 million and you need $20,000 a year. Oh, fine. Go ahead. Have a terrible plan. Just go gamble it all. You have a spend down plan where basically you're just going to spend money down until you die. You'll probably make it. You're probably going to be okay. Forget the fact that you're ripping off your future generations from the inheritance they deserve, taking unnecessary risk and giving yourself, half to 1/3 of the lifestyle you could actually be living. Forget all that. But if you're totally loaded, I guess you have the ability to be completely inefficient and be okay. So that's fine. You can ignore what I'm saying. But if you're the kind of person that needs 3, 4, 5, 6% of what you've saved, you've got $1 million and you need $30, $40, $50,000 a year of income, and you're not using annuities, you're being stupid on purpose. You've listened to the liars and the joker brokers and the pundits and the bobbleheads that have videos on YouTube and on the internet. You've listened to them say bad things about annuities, which are a lie. Nothing gives you a guaranteed steady income for life. Yes, I know, compliance guys, don't choke on your fettuccine Alfredo. It's guaranteed by the power of the insurance company that's backing it, and barf, 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 barf. Call your local state guarantee fund and ask them how many life insurance companies have gone out of business in the last 200 years, and then tell me if you want to worry about that. It's backed by a company, that's true. It's backed by a strong company. There you go, boom. It's backed by a company that's stronger than where you have the money now. If you want to compare brokers and banks to insurance companies, knock yourself out. I've done it. So the annuities are the only thing that give you these guaranteed income, and you cannot safely take 4 or 5 or 6% out of a stock or mutual fund portfolio. Don't listen to me. Go study William Bengen, B-E-N-G-E-N, I think it is. Go study the guy who's most famous for looking at what is a safe withdrawal percentage. I don't care what your joker broker or you've made on your own money over the last 10, 20, 30 years. That was a unique period of time where the baby boomers were all buying stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Of course the market was going up. Now we've got quantitative easing where the government's listing stuff on Craigslist and buying it from themselves, basically, and calling it profits. What happens when they stop that? Come on. Taking income from a variable portfolio of things that are going up and down and causing reverse dollar cost averaging, go listen to that episode, reverse dollar cost averaging. It's problematic. You're gambling. You've won the game, saved enough money, now gambling with your ability to stay retired. I think that's stupid on purpose. You'd be much better off ignoring all the liars online and just going and get the truth about annuities. The truth about annuities is that the top 5 or 10% of annuities are incredibly awesome. they're better than you could ever imagine, and then 90% are terrible. They suck. Well, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can't say annuities are good, annuities are bad. The word means contract. Go get a great contract, and then it's great. What else? You care more about tradition than truth. You're totally being stupid on purpose if you say, I'm going to pay off my mortgage because it's what everybody in my family does and because I've heard you're supposed to. It's popular. I'm a lemming. Run off the cliff. No. No, 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 no. Paying off your mortgage being a good thing to do has been completely disproven in books like Missed Fortune 101 or my book, The 2 Ways to Be Debt Free. Go to my website, jewett.wealth.com, Jewett, wealth.com. On the right-hand side, click More. Go to Books That I Recommend. Get The 2 Ways to Be Debt Free by me. I think it's like $3. And get Missed Fortune 101 by Douglas Andrew. It's been misproven. It's not more conservative than the other alternative. Having a $400,000 mortgage and your equity of $400,000 saved up in an outside account designed to hold home equity is safer than owning the home free and clear, period. I think I have 6 or 7 episodes on this in the 60s or 70s or whatever. Go listen to those. Don't follow tradition. When the market changes, when tax law changes, you need to do what's best for you. It's like driving down a road and saying, well, straight's been working for me for a while, so I see a curve coming, but let me just drive straight. Well, if you're on the edge of a cliff, that's not going to go very well. If there's trees on the edge of the road, that's not going to go very well. If you're going into the other lane, that's not going to go very well. You respond to current traditions when you're driving, and in retirement planning, you respond to current traditions. You think you should pay off your house, postpone taxes to a later date, and only diversify your portfolio in things that can go down in today's market? Those are the 3 pillars of financial deception. None of them are true anymore for most people. You shouldn't pay off your mortgage for most people. You should not postpone taxes to a later date for most people. You should not only use securities and diversify your portfolio in a bunch of fees with a side of risk. No way. Pillars of financial deception. Go listen to episode 5 or 6 or whatever it is. It's got terrible sound quality, incredible content. Don't care more about tradition. Get the truth, follow the truth, and you'll be fine. All right. What's the next one here? I lost my place, so I'm going to stall. Here we go. You think relationship with your advisor is more important than your actual retirement plan. Listen, you're saying to them, you know what? It's okay if you rip me off and you rip off every generation after me. Just make it enjoyable while you do it, won't you? People, this isn't about sweet tea and cookies. This is your retirement plan. You can actually measure whether a retirement plan is a good retirement plan. I can do it in about 2 minutes. Just take it through the 5 lives of retirement. Don't stay with somebody because you have a good relationship with them. I don't care if you've been with them for 30 years or if you're married to them or if it's your brother. This is business. This is not personal. It's not about relationship. You don't need to like each other, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But if you're with somebody because it would be uncomfortable to leave and you care more about that relationship than you do your retirement plan, I think that's being stupid on purpose. You're going to hurt yourself. What else? You can't make decisions and you stay in the paralysis of analysis. Oh my gosh, this one drives me crazy. I know this is hard. I know making large decisions on giant chunks of money is difficult. But financial planning, by definition, is a series of decisions, not just research. You study in-case accounts, you find out what your options are, the bank, return of premium annuities, return of premium insurance policies, securities. You could use securities if you're comfortable with risk. You study your options. You choose one. You sign the paperwork. Check. That's off the box. Then you study income options, rental properties, pensions, annuities that you purchase, which are just really pensions that you buy with your own money. And you go, which one do I like? And then you sign the paperwork after you've chosen the one you want. All right, check number 2. You're 66% of the way there. You study increase options. You look at the market. You really get a good understanding of mutual funds and stocks and things like that and why you probably shouldn't use them once you see the fees. You go and you study cash value life insurance and you study my 6 ways to improve cash value life insurance and you look at, holy cow, 6 to 7% tax-free after fees, loving it. Or you study growth annuities, no fees, no losses for the rest of your life on your portfolio. What are you talking about, Charlie? I'm serious. You fall in love with one of those options, even if it is mutual funds, whatever you think is best. You choose one, or you choose all three. You sign the paperwork. Boom, baby, that's a wrap. You've got a financial plan. In the bag, financial plan created. You go back and you test that thing with the 5 lives of retirement. What if I live a really long time? Do I have income? What if one of us predeceases the other person and dies? Is the other person going to be okay without their Social Security, without their pensions, with the life insurance that's come in? Is everything going to be okay? They're a single taxpayer now. We just got to know. Short life, rough life. Do we have access to money? Well, the in-case account took care of that, so yes. What about sick life? Have we covered long-term care? Well, we go back to the in-case account, the income account, and the increase account, and we ask, did we pick up any accelerated death benefit, any double income, or any just bells and whistles where someone else will pay for the long-term care? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, how much do we have? And then, is that enough? If it's not enough, buy some long-term care insurance. Knock yourself out, or an alternative. And that's sick life. And then the next life, are we happy with either saying, whatever's left over for the kiddos or my heirs, they can have it, or we don't want it to be zero, so let's buy a life insurance policy and guarantee that they get something, or leave them the house. Whatever. People, you just test it. You build it, you test it, and you make it better. How do you make it better? You work with me on merit planning strategies. Merit planning strategies are just icing on top of an already awesome, tasty cake. You build a financial plan with the 3 ins, in case, income increase. You test it with the 5 lives. You make it better with merit. Build it, test it, make it better. It's so easy. But if you can't make decisions, if you get paralyzed, you can't do anything. Can you imagine driving a car and you can't make decisions? You just see an old lady coming towards you, or you're coming towards her, really, and you're just like, so you just run her over? You have to make decisions. You're not going to get hurt. Not if you're working with the right person. People, most people I meet can't even make the simple decision to put money into return of premium financial products, return of premium annuities, return of premium insurance products, which means there's no penalties. You can get all the money back whenever you want to. Where we're putting it has a stronger track record, a safer track record than the bank it's in or the brokerage firm you're in, and you can't make a decision to put it there because you're paralyzed. People today are so addicted to the false run-up in the market, so enamored with the snake oil of the liars and the joker brokers, they're so afraid of change that the typical retiree is in a trance and literally can't do anything, no matter how good it sounds. And yet somehow, the evil geniuses that sell risk with a side of fees have learned how to get you to do stuff. I don't quite get it, how no fees, no losses for the rest of your life doesn't outsell high fees, crazy high losses, but you might make a ton of money. I don't get it, but it's proven over and over and over again. Retirees will jump over hurdles and jump over the moon to buy risk. You offer something safe, paralyzed. Don't be paralyzed. People, come out of your trance, come on over to the promised land, build a real retirement plan, one step at a time. In case, boom, make decisions, get it done. Income, boom, make decisions, get it done. Increase, boom, make decisions, get it done. Go party. That's a retirement plan. Don't sit there and watch CNN every day and hope that the market is nice to you so you can enjoy your retirement. That's silly. Either don't retire because you haven't saved enough money, or if you saved enough money and you won the game, go to the after party. Celebrate. Don't keep risking it. If you pass the tractor, why are you still in the wrong lane heading towards traffic? You don't need risk in your life. If you've saved enough money to retire, you should only have risk on your increase accounts if you choose it. People, if you want to know more, or if you want help from me personally, get in touch. Go on Facebook to Renovating Retirement or Jewett Wealth Management. I think you can go to Reno_retirement on Twitter. Or you can email me, charlie@jewettwealth.com, CHARLIE @JEWETT, wealth.com. I think you can go to meetwithcharlie.com, listen to charlie.com, talkwithcharlie.com, watch charlie.com for my YouTube videos, The Truth in a T-shirt series where I'm dressed like a slob giving you good advice. Or you can just call my office, 888-285-2268. And I will give you all the help you need. Other than that, people, that's all I have to say on the subject because I think you people are the best. More coffee.
He's so disrespectful, but I think he might be right. Let's get in touch with him right away, okay?
But that's all, folks.